Hey guys, I'm Dimension Jumper, and today I'll be talking about some of my favorite tracks from every single Wave Cup in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now, with Wave 6 of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe recently being released, we now have, as I said before, in like the last 2 weeks or so, when I was talking about Wave 6, and as of Monday. When I was talking about the waves as a whole, we now have every single track in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, whether that's with both the base game from the original Mario Kart 8, as well as all of these new waves. And today's video, I'll just be talking about. I'll be going through each cup from every wave and talk about one track that I really liked. And these are like basically tracks that kind of stood out to me the most. And yeah, I'll be going and talk about like my thoughts on each one as we go along. So yeah. So for the Golden Dash Cup is Coconut Mall. Now Coconut Mall, I would say, is a really fun. I think a very fun track because it's from Mario Kart Wii, and yeah, I do like the whole aesthetic of the track as a whole, because it's very bright, it's very colourful. You've got all of these things happening, like especially with the escalators, because it kind of might, because the escalators, they have like, you know, the green and red arrows where they have where the green you can go faster, but with the red ones they can go slower, and it kind of reminds me of, I believe, Big Blue and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's version of Rainbow Road, in the sense that there's specific parts of the track where you'll see similar things, where like you'll have these arrows and they'll change direction, like they'll like go like up or down. And yeah, I do like that bit like of Coconut Mall. Like you have to really like when you get to those particular parts of the track, you have to really think of okay, well, when I get to the escalators, I have to think, do I have enough time to get up to get up the green one before it changes and stuff like that. And yeah, I do like the towards the end, the added bit of the glider section. I think that's a really nice part to bring into the track. And also, when it was originally released, the cars towards the end didn't move, but in the original, the cars did move. And then I think in a future update around Wave 2 or so, the cars were eventually able to move. So yeah, I do like that. And it's a very nice, very colourful looking track. So yeah. For the Lucky Cat Cup is Ninja Hideaway. Now with this track, I think it's probably out of all of the tour tracks we've seen, it's probably my favourite, because like I think it is in tour. I think I could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure, but with Ninja Hideaway, it's such a fun track, and I do like the whole. Cause like it's one of those tracks that had like different areas or different paths to it. So like you have like part of the track where you can just go on the lower part of the track or the higher part, and it feels somewhat nice. It feels somewhat pleasing, like just going along the tracks, gliding through everything. And yeah, I do like how you can go on the roofs and just sometimes do tricks on it whenever you go over a ramp and stuff like that. And I do like how there are some parts of the track where shy guys who are ninjas just appear. And that's really cool, because like it adds more obstacles to the track, and it helps you, like, because the shy guys just appear out of random, and you have to really make sure of like avoiding them and just making sure that you don't when you do hit them, you don't fly off the track, because I think there's three shy guys towards a gliding ramp, so you have to really make sure you don't hit the shy guys and then fall off the thing at the same time. So yeah, and it feels really cool, and just a very nice, pleasing looking track. So yeah. For the Turnip Cup is Waluigi's Pinball. Now this one I feel like is a very Waluigi type inspired track, because you've got, you know, Toad Circuit, Mario Circuit, Luigi's Circuit, whatever, and with Waluigi's pinball machine track, it feels so cool, and I do like how the main pinball part where all the pinballs just bounce about. It has not only Waluigi like a cutout of Waluigi, but his head just does like a little like wiggle sort of thing, and it also has like a lucky slot machine thing, and the music for it is, I would say, probably one of my favorites out of the out of all of this music for the from the waves that we've seen and that we've seen in the cups and the tracks and stuff like that, and probably the main pinball machine itself, as before with all the pinballs going about the place, is probably the most chaotic part of the track, because that's really good for some like setup stuff. So like banana skins, maybe a bomb, maybe some green shells, red shells, maybe. So you can like really just throw those kinds of items about and just hope they hit someone or someone might go into them and stuff like that. And I just feel like it's a very cool looking track. For the Propeller Cup, it's Mushroom Gorge. Now, Mushroom Gorge is, I would say, a very a fun looking track, because you can do like so much like trick shots and stuff like that. Like, especially when it comes to like items like the green shells, because I think about halfway through the track, you can bounce on these mushrooms. One of them is a gliding mushroom, which I think is really cool. And again, it adds more to the track because the gliding feature was brought in from 7, and with this feature in Mushroom Gorge, it's a really cool part of the track. And as I said before, with the whole trick shots and stuff like that, you can use like the green shells onto the mushrooms, and they might hit someone, they might not, but it's like one of those things that's really cool, and you can really put up to good use. For the Rock Cup is Alpine Pass. Now, Alpine Pass, I would say, like, out of all the tracks, it has like probably one of the best parts of like how it adapts to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's mechanics. That being, towards the end of the track, you can use the anti-gravity to go up the hill, and it kind of reminds me of one of the early tracks in the game. I don't 100% remember which cup it's in, but like it's the one where you go up a waterfall, all doing anti-gravity. And that's probably one of my favourite parts of the track, where you just go up this hill and have to avoid boulders and stuff like that. And yeah, and I also like the gliding part. I think the gliding part is really a really nice addition to it as well. And even though it's like out of all of the other tracks on this list, it's probably the most basic and most plain out of all the tracks. But I have a lot of fun with this track, and again, kind of like with Waluigi's Pinball track, it has some good places to do some setups, like mainly with the banana skins and maybe the green shells as well. Like you could just like throw them out on a specific part of the course, and they will and people might be able to dodge them, they might not be able to, and stuff like that. And it's really cool, and I do really like I think it's just like, really cool, and just has some fun to it. For the Moon Cup is 3DS's Rainbow Road. Now, what I like about this is that it's one of the few tracks, I would say, in both the waves and in the base game of Mario Kart 8, to have one massive lap that's split up into 3 separate laps. And that's fine. I do enjoy that kind of thing, but like when it does come to like, because with those kinds of tracks, I like them, but I don't like them because they can feel short. But it's good to not to go on like a huge track and stuff like that. So like, but with Rainbow Road from the 3DS version of Mario Kart 7 specifically, I do like how this feels like if you took the Rainbow Road from Mario Kart Wii and just put it into and made it more like a Galaxy, like more like Mario Galaxy E. Like if this was like, yeah, it's something like that. And yeah, I think I do like all the stuff. I do like how this Rainbow Road looks, like the actual road itself, because when it comes to like the other Rainbow Roads, they all have their own different aesthetics. Like the original Rainbow Road is basically just a bunch of multicolored bricks and stuff. With Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's one, it's more technological and stuff like that. And with the 3DS version, you've got planets, you've got a transparent sort of road every time you glide and ride on it and stuff like that. And I do like how you can ride on some of the planets themselves. That's really cool. And even I think you can go on Saturn's um, rings or for part of the track, and that's really cool. And I think that's again a really cool use of like how to use the track, and it's a nice rainbow road. For the Fruit Cup is Yoshi's Island. Now with this track, I think it's really a really like in terms of track, it looks the most cool and probably adorable looking track, just because you've got all these like enemies just walking about, and yes, they are there to be part of obstacles and stuff, but it's really cool, just and adorable to see like these crabs just going about, shy guys on stilts. I think maybe, and also as well as like a Yoshi's Island character, villain, enemy just walking about. I'm not 100% sure what those um, bird-looking things that are on the side of the track. I don't 100% remember, but well, I don't even know what they are. But they are like cool obstacles and stuff like that. And I do like about around halfway through the track towards the end, you can go on clouds and you can glide and also try and attempt to hit this floating question mark block thing, and they all lead you to like a ramp, and you can use it as a sort of shortcut to get to the end, and that's cool. And I do like how the coins do they have Yoshi's face on it. That's really cool, and it's really, again, it kind of reminds me of the of Hyrule Circuit in the Triforce Cup, and how all the coins turn to rupees. That's really cool, and again, it just adds that more to like the trackers itself. And yeah, overall, I think it's a nice track, and I think it adds a lot to the track as a whole, and maybe to the game as well. For the Boomerang Cup is Waluigi Stadium. Now, with this one, this feels like a track made by Waluigi, similar to how Wario has Wario Stadium, and how that track feels like something that Wario would make. With Waluigi Stadium, it feels like something Waluigi would make, and I do like how it has all these like, because it feels chaotic. Because I feel like Waluigi is a very chaotic character, and I do like how you've got like got like all these fire bars, you've got these big wooden piranha plants just hanging out. You've got all these ramps and stuff, and you've got like these anti gravity boosters and stuff like that. So yeah, that's quite cool. And yeah, this just feels a really, really, really chaotic, and something Waluigi would 100% make if he had the chance and he had the money and the time. And yeah, this feels like very chaotic and a very good way of like using all of your items you have at your disposal, like whether it's a bullet bill, a blue shell, the super horn, just any of the items that you have that you can use. And yeah, it's just a very cool chaotic track. For the Feather Cup is Squeaky Clean Circuit. Now for this track, I do like how it's one of those tracks that has like that takes place in like a real like sort of place. Like it's like because it takes place in this entire bathroom. So like you go from the sink to the bathroom, or to the bath itself, to the drains and stuff like that. And it's one of the tracks that take you to various parts of something that's used in everyday life. And yeah, and I do like how it's not based on anything like with like the other stuff. Like, well, in terms of like in the Mario series, that's what we're trying to get at. And yeah, that's something really cool. And this could be something you could see in the Mario series. Like if this was like in an RPG sort of situation, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong, but like this could be something you could see like if you were playing like a sequel to a Paper Mario game or something, and you had to face off against like a particular monster or something that's made out of water or something. I don't know, but like with squeaky clean circuits, I do enjoy just how much there's to see. Like you've got a rubber duck with Mario's cap on, you've got a sleeping Goomba, and I do like how towards the end you can go with onto one of two pathways, the lower area or the higher area, and the only way to get to the higher area, I believe, without having to use like stuff like the golden mushroom or the triple mushrooms or a singular mushroom, is by using the toilet water. And yeah, in hindsight, it'll probably be gross to do something like that. But like, again, it's like it brings more stuff to the track as well, and just brings much more just stuff and just uniqueness to the track as a whole. So yeah. For the Cherry Cup is Cooper Cape, and what I like about this track is that how you start off on like a cliff and then you go into like this sort of like marine type tube thing and you go onto the water. That's really cool. There's like a good blend of like a rocky sort of hill element with like the underwater element as well that we've seen in like other tracks in the other games. And yeah, it's just and I do like how around halfway through the track you can use you go to the page with like the water and the Koopa shells that you can see just dotted about, and you can either use the water to your advantage to make it go down that part of the track faster, or go on the normal track and then either collect an item here and there or not, and then just go down into the main underwater element of that. That's really fun, and I do like some of the tricks and stuff, like the ramps and stuff that you can use to, like, you know, do tricks and stuff like that. I think it's really cool. For the Acorn Cup is DK Mountain. Now, with this track, it's one of my favourite tracks, like mountain tracks, in the series, and probably in the game as well, because this is one of the tracks that, as I said before, it feels like a combination of, I think, of several tracks into. It feels like several tracks in one. Like how you avoid all these boulders that's coming from the mountain, and you can like go up the mountain to then go down, and yeah, that's really cool. And I do like how there's like a face on the mountain as well. That's really cool, and it's like a blinking emitter type of thing. And yeah, in terms of a mountain one, it's really fun. It kind of reminds me of like something like Mount Wario, that track with the rumbling part of the track, with the rumbling part. I don't have to remember the name. Could be Rumbling Volcano. I'm not 100% sure, but like it kind of reminds me of those two tracks. Where like with Mount Wario, even though it's a massive lap well basically one massive lap with three separate laps, where you get to go down the mountain. It kind of reminds me of that of DK Mountain, where you have to go up the mountain to then come down again. That's really cool. And again, the boulders, you have to dodge them as well. And yeah, it's just a very cool, very fun track. And for the Spiny Cup is the Wii version of Rainbow Road. Now, this track, I think it's very fun. I felt like it's the most polished track in terms of Rainbow Road out of all the Rainbow Roads we've seen in the Mario Kart series. Like, I do enjoy all the other ones. I feel like with the one from Wii, that version of Rainbow Road was the most polished and probably the most balanced, I would say, because you've got like several branched pathways. You've got a path. You got a bit of the track where you can do like tricks and stuff like that. You can go like over the massive hole things that you can that you might see in the track. And you've also got the anti-gravity ramps as well. That's quite cool. And I do like how this is basically kind of referencing Galaxy in some sort of sense, because you've got part of the track has massive launch stars. You've got some star bits hanging about and stuff like that. And this feels like something that you could see in Galaxy or Galaxy 2. And it's just a very fun, balanced, well done track. And it's such a really, really cool thing to see in a Mario game, well, a Mario Kart game, and it feels like you're in a Mario in a Galaxy, in Mario Galaxy 1 or 2. So yeah, so that's been my favourite track from every cup in the waves for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.